Alright folks, so thanks for joining me tonight. I'm going to test something real quick here, so give me a moment. Alright, perfect. Looks like we've got some good audio going. Welcome. It is your buddy Mojo, and I've decided to go a little bit of a different direction with my LPs lately, and actually do some full LP here. And we're going to start with the Mega Man X collection. I have both the Mega Man X collection 1 and 2, and I got it for my birthday a couple years back when it first came out. And I'm pretty stoked to go back and revisit this, as the Mega Man X game is the first real official LP I have on here, which I recorded with a tablet from a while back. I have streamed this game in my late nights with Møjø before. I've also done a little quick thing on a different playlist for, trying to do this game in under 60 minutes, which I've came close to speedrunning it to about 60 minutes. But I end up usually kind of choking a little bit there at the end. I plan on doing that again sometime way down the line here. But what I do plan on starting here is, as you can see, Mega Man X 1, 2, 3, which are all part of the Super Nintendo series, and 4 all on this disc. I plan on going down this list over the next year, probably within the next 6 months, and stream each one of these the whole way through. It may not take 6 months, it might take about 6 months, I don't know yet, but I want to create a playlist of each individual game for an LP, and I also want to compile this one, X1 through 4, all as one playlist as well, so you can kind of just sit there and, completely binge it if you wanted to. But, as I mentioned, X was the first one that I actually did put on this entire YouTube channel I started a couple years back. And I recorded it off of, I believe, the Wii U console, virtual console screen, and I used a tablet to record it. So it's pretty grainy, pretty rough, but it was still entertaining in my opinion. And that was back, I believe, in the time period where, 10-minute videos, around that time period, were the actual limit and what you can stream. Now we've exploded and things have changed, and we had, wonderful 2020 be the way it was. And now here we are, 2021, and this being the first LP of 2021 for me, even though I did stream a little bit of gameplay with Fallout. Actually, that was around Christmas, now I think about it. Yeah, this is the first one of 2021, so Happy New Year, everyone. And let's get this started here. Might not beat all the bosses in this sitting, we might, depends on how quickly I go through this, but I do have a random order that I do this in. What I will say is I'm going to do a 100% run of Mega Man X in the fashion that I'm going to get all the armor, all the hard tanks, all the sub-tanks, everything like that. And I will get the Hadouken as well, which is the secret hidden item in there, so spoilers for people that don't know. But I don't know if I'll do that all in one sitting here tonight. I don't know if I will make that multiple videos, we'll see how it goes. So right now at this time, I'm looking at my clock and it is 9:45. And the only reason I'm really saying that at this point is because we're going to get started. And I'm just curious on how quickly we can go through this. Again, I have a special particular order that I do when I go through this game. So let's get to cracking. First things first, the wonderful intro music. Brought to you by the big giant Capcom. Shoutouts to Capcom for this wonderful game and this whole series. Alright, let's get down to the option screen here. Alright, we're going to change my shot to R1 because it makes it a lot easier for me to shoot in this game from the gameplay I do. My dash is also going to be square. As for switching weapons, here, L and R. There will be my L1 here, and then my can probably be, can I do R2? No, okay. So it'll be circle for that, and then menus will be the options. We'll keep this out in the stereo. Alright. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. So dash, jump. Yep. Alright, cool. Rock and roll. Alright, folks. To the Central Highway we go. 1, 2, free. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form a professional in this game. This is just extremely nostalgic for me because it goes all the way to childhood, and even like I said, the first LP here on my channel. And I love being able to revisit this and go through this again. But I'm in no way, shape, or form a pro at this game, or a speedrunner in that fact. But I did want to attempt the speedrunning before and see how well I did with it. Ooh, unnecessary hit there. But this is Mega Man X, for those who don't know. He is a sequel to the original Mega Man series. He was created by Dr. Light, who put together the ability to have a Maverick who can think, or a robot that can think and feel for itself, kind of like us humans, and make its own decisions. X has a good personality. He tries to be a little bit more, I'd say he's a caring individual. But there's a short video on YouTube that you should check out. It's called The Day of Sigma, and it will explain a little bit of X's background and a character you'll see here later in this episode named Zero, who play a big role in the whole X series. It explains a little bit more of their background, so if you get a chance, go ahead and watch that. Again, it's called The Day of Sigma. That's S-I-G-M-A. You should definitely give that a watch. It'll give you a little bit more of an explanation of how this goes. But this is your jump and shoot, man. We shoot the lemons, their basic attack. We can charge it up to a light green attack, which does a little bit more damage. And then we have the full blue blast, which you'll see me constantly doing. I constantly hold the fire button to keep that charge shot going. What I am going to do here is get to this part where the cars are, and I'm going to take some damage, some intentional damage, and this is to help increase it to make it go a little bit faster for our boss fight here. It's about to ensue. Crap, I screwed up the car thing. Sorry. But it does make this last bit here go faster in our intro level known as the highway. Down, take a hit. Okay, now here's Vile. He's our semi-main protagonist of this game. Or antagonist, I should say. Now, Vile will instantly shoot an orb here to try to capture me. We can't win this fight against Vile. I can sit here and be shooting him all day, but because of his ride armor, I can't defeat him. Worthless piece of scrap metal. Did you think you could defeat me? And this, folks, is our buddy Zero coming to save the day. I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. X, you shouldn't expect to be defeated him. He is designed to be a war machine. Remember, you have not reached full power yet. If you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should become stronger. You may even become as powerful as I am. I'll scout ahead to collect as much information on Sigma's fortress as I can. I'll meet up with you when you get there. See you later. X, I know you can do it. And this is our main screen here. We're going to go ahead and give it a quick save. Yeah. Alright, folks. So this is our main Maverick screen. So what we can do here is it shows you the stage. We can select any of these here. And it'll give us a little bit of information on where we're at. This gives us the information of location of each of the 8 Mavericks we're about to fight. This is the stage itself, what it is. There's the aquatic, ice, foundry, Langer's Tower, and forest, things of that sort. But this is, here we go. This right here is Launch Octopus. Gives you basic stats of him. He's got the Horming Torpedo attack, Chill Penguin. He's got Shotgun Ice, and he slides. Flame Mammoth, Fire Guy, Fire Wave. He's got Oils and Jump Pressing. Boomer Clanger is a pretty interesting guy. He's got boomerang attacks. He's got boomerang cutter. If anybody that's watching knows anything about the original series in Mega Man 1, he's a lot like Cutman. Steam Chameleon, who is a thorn in my backside and a complete utter pain in the ass in this game, but I'll show you how quickly I can beast mode him. Spark Mandrill. He's a bigger dude. He's got the Mike Tyson punch, but he's definitely not something to be too lethal. And then we get Smarm Eagle. Smarm Eagle, one of my favorite Mavericks in this game. With the cool Storm Tornado, and then Armored Armadillo, who obviously has some armor here with the Rolling Shield. We'll show you what that's about here in a little while. But first things first, we got to go in here to Chill Penguin. He has something we desperately need to get rolling. Alright, let's rock and roll, folks. This is Chill Penguin's stage. Nothing really super technical about this stage. I take a few intentional hits here just to get through that little spot there. Most of these monsters, or these Mavericks, will drop orbs for health, so you just gotta be a little bit patient. See, the big pellet gives you a lot of health back, whereas the small pellet doesn't give you too much back. You'll see some slight red and blue orbs that'll drop on occasion. Those are for your special weapons, which we do not have just yet. To give you a quick overview, we have the X-Buster and an escape unit. We can't use the escape unit because we haven't beaten the level yet. That's what that is there. But the X-Buster is our main weapon. See, now that gives you a little bit of health back, but because I have full health, it does absolutely nothing for me. That gives you major amounts of health back. Pop up here. Ooh, that was a bad shot. Gonna get a hit by this bat. Nope, he completely fucked off. That's awesome. Alright. So this first level is really self-explanatory and pretty straightforward. But this right here is our creator. His name is Thomas Light. So you've come. X gave you the ability to choose your own path in life. And I hope the world would allow you to choose a peaceful one. But now it seems that you are destined to fight. Because I have thought the world might need a new champion. I have hidden capsules like this one. If you find and use them, you will be able to increase your powers beyond anything the world has ever known. Step into this capsule and receive an acceleration system to boost your speed. Good luck, X. And what we get here is something most people refer to as dash boots. Alright, so as you can see, it allows me to dash left and right. And another little fact that most people don't know about is when you do the dash and you shoot your lemons here, it does double the damage that it normally would do. So whereas one lemon does 1 damage, dashing does 2. So dashing and firing does 2. Dashing I use mainly to just kind of speed my way through. Now, as you saw briefly there, as I hit that one helicopter Maverick, there is a red and blue pellet that drop. That's for your special weapons. It does the same thing as the big energy pellet does for your health in regards to special weapons. Just like that small pellet there will recover small amounts of your special weapon energy. You also saw briefly there a Mega Man head. That is an extra life, so I should have 3 lives now. All really proficient for going through this game. Now, this little ride armor here, so first ditch and taste the ride armor in the game. I'm going to use that, and we're going to knock this guy out. And I'm going to use that to jump up here, so jump twice there with your jump button. And this up here, these little platforms here, I believe it was that one. Maybe it's this one, I can't remember exactly, but one of these two does have the heart tank involved in it. But we need a weapon for Flame Mammoth stage in order to get that. So we'll be coming back here at some point or another. Taking that blow. Wait here. Pop him. Alright. Now, it is very possible that with this first Maverick being Chill Penguin, to get yourself bodied. And by bodied, I mean just get your ass whooped. One of the things you want to look forward to when you do face him, though, is you don't want him to slide. You don't want him to slide constantly. That can be annoying, and he is invulnerable when he slides. You don't want that to happen either. But it's easy to peg him. Dash, shoot. I like to get my multi-shot attack out there, where I rapid fire with my fingers, just tapping the shooting button. Worry about anything there. Wait for him to dash again. We can jump up there after him. I prefer to stay down most of the time because he's going to come back down anyway. And this is the real bitch here, where he decides to sit here and dash at you constantly. Now you don't want to be too close to him when he does that attack, because that will launch. He will be able to freeze you and then launch those ice penguins at you. But most of the time you can just kind of evade it by just maybe getting a little distance away. That's the one thing you want to watch out for there. We're gonna body his ass. Come on. Goodbye, fool. I do believe we didn't take any... We took one little bit damage at the beginning. So that is our shotgun ice. That's our next ability that we've gotten here. And there we go. We just got successfully created our playlist. Okay. So now, if we follow weakness order, which let me explain briefly to you what that is. Every Maverick has a weakness. Some have that tendency to have more than one weakness. But every Maverick has a weakness. Chill Penguin's weakness is actually Flame Mammoth's ability there. But as you can see, we beat Chill Penguin first. He was pretty much a breeze. But we go to Chill Penguin stage because of Maverick Hunter, or in Mega Man X, his dash boots are what we need. We need that item very quickly. It gets us through the game so much faster, and it makes less of a headache for me personally. But there's numerous different power-ups through these stages here. Where we're going to head next, I'm going to take some intentional deaths just because I want to try to make the game a little bit smoother for myself. Normally when I play this fun casually, I go here next. I go to Boomer Coiner, or I go to Storm Eagle, just for the fun of it. But the weakness order would go from Chill Penguin to our buddy here, Spark Mandrill, because Spark Mandrills will freeze from the shotgun ice that we have. Not that necessary. I mean, he's not that difficult either. But Sting Chameleon definitely is. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you where the special weapon is here, the special, the Dr. Light tank here. There. One of the things that I really do enjoy about this game is it's got some beautiful music. Like, even for the, you know, late 90s, it was still good music. Today, it's still top notch. It really is. It's good stuff. Come on up out there, Metal. Alright, so a couple things to be noted about this stage. Down here is a heart tank. A couple ways to get it. First and foremost, I can't really show it to you because it's over this direction here. Okay. Well, I guess we can take an intentional death to show you. Are you ready? Watch. Okay. Whoop, that's. And this is why I'm not a professional streamer, folks. So we're gonna take intentional death anyway. I'm just gonna speed through this. But we go down here, and normally you can't move these unless you get these dash boots. And there's another power-up we're going to get in Storm Eagle's place that we can use that for that as well to bust those. But if we dash over here, see there's a heart tank there. There's not really much of a way that I'm familiar with that I can reach that at this moment in time with the power-ups that I have. So we got to come back at a later time after we beat Launch Octopus's level. As what will happen there is there's cool things about this game that are level breaking / level changing, and it shows kind of, you know, it's got a little uniqueness to it. When we beat Launch Octopus's stage, this area down here fills with water, so we can use the buoyancy of the water to get down there to the heart tank with relative ease. You can also use Boomer Quanger's weapon when we beat him to get that, the heart tank as well. But anyway, as you can see here, I kind of dashed. I did my dash here. I'll screw that up a little bit. But here, let's do this dash jump over here. And we're going to go in this section where we're going to fight a little mini boss here. And his ball is going to come down here. There's many ways to do this. I do it the slightly lengthier way. And normally when I come here after Storm Eagle, I use his weapon, known as a Storm Tornado, to kind of body this guy a little bit faster. It doesn't really make a huge difference. But as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm hitting him with one big blast and then following it up a pellet to do as much damage as I can at one time. But you can also stay within close range of him. So watch this. We'll get up here real close. So now he'll get real close to me, and then he'll launch his arm out. See, we don't want that to hit us, as we will take a decent bit of damage from that. Okay. So I just choose to take the lengthier route and just fire like that. Go side to side. You see he's starting to smoke, so you know he's taking damage. Because as you can see, most bosses in the game have like a life bar on the right side, which you'll notice here as we continue. But this guy does not. This fella just sits here and he likes to jump around and shoot his claw. But this is all he'll do the entire time if you just stay far end and just dash, shoot, pellet. Dash, charge, shoot, pellet. Dash, charge, shoot, pellet. You know, I mean, it's real simple. And run over here, jump here. Here's our next Dr. Light capsule. This capsule contains a new type of body armor. It will reduce the damage to your systems by 50%. So, to put that real clear, you take half damage now. That's why I come here next. Because I like taking a reduced amount of damage. Now, for funsies, we are going to try to complete the stage at this point. Taking a decent bit of damage as we go through. We're going to just ignore these guys. If we die through here, it's not a big deal as well, but we're going to try to complete the stage. Okay, I think there's one more fella. Yep, there he is. Okay. Now, as we go through here, there is a ride armor that I can take. I choose to just kind of evade that ride armor and go about my business. This will, though, drop him. Get her extra life just for funsies. Okay, so we're at 2 lives. We're more than likely going to die throughout here. See, I don't bother to take that ride armor. I just kind of dash on through here. We're going to take a death here soon. Feel it. I'm going to kill that guy before he jumps into ride armor, or you're going to have severe problems. Okay, we're going to sink to the bottom. Oh, didn't get enough time there. Okay. Oh, shit. I did not expect that to happen. Sometimes the spawning in here is a little funny. That's alright. Still ignore the ride armor. Blast this fool. Blast this guy, and then we're going to hold a charge. Oh, cool. Take that hit. Jump up here. But anyway, as you saw those heart tanks down there, that is what I was describing in the first level. Is what we get from that little chamber little spawn level area there in Chill Penguin stage. What those do, the heart tanks, is slowly increase your health bar there at the top. Here's Sting Chameleon, and you're going to find out real quickly why this guy can be a pain in the ass. So we're gonna stay real close. It went far, so we can stay down here. Okay, get real close to him. Okay, cool. Get a quick hit. Now, it is very possible to beat him, and there's a good chance I will beat him, based on my knowledge of the game. Took an unnecessary hit there. Dodged all that. Ooh, he came a little bit further over than I wanted him to. He's got a very long tongue, as you can see. Ladies must love him. Oh. Come on. See, you keep him more or less in the same position when you stand there and do that, if you get real close to him. So it makes this fight go a lot easier, because you can kind of manipulate what he's doing. Come on over this way, buddy. It's about getting the shots off. I'm more worried about evading more than standing there and hitting him. We might be able to pull this off. Might be able to first try it. Stay right here. I'm going to get closer over this way. That's what we wanted him to do. Didn't want him to do that. And we first tried him. Very nice. I will say, even though I'm extremely familiar with this game, I tend not to first try him. I tend not to even bother with this whole thing. I tend to just jump down the hole and die after I get the armor, but here we go. Get to show off a little bit. Everybody needs a little bit of bumping in the ego here and there. But we get Chameleon's thing, which is pretty convenient. It's a cool looking weapon. I like the color texture. I'll see again. In case you were wondering, that little password system there is what we used to use back in the day as old folk for the Super Nintendo. We used to have passwords that you had to put in. That's how we got to access the fact that we beat the Chill Penguin and Sting Chameleon stage. But now I'm going to follow the typical order I normally do. But this now we have Sting Chameleon's weapon, which happens to be our buddy here, Storm Eagle's weakness. We're going to move on to his stage next. Simply love this music, and I'm going to be quiet for a bit because this thing jams. Okay, anyway, as you've seen, as I got to the top of that elevator lift and I jumped off to the left here, I did a dash jump, which it looks like that, and I landed over here on the platform. Got my heart tank, and as you can see, it increased my life a little bit. Now, there's 3 total different things in this level. We have a heart tank, we have something called a sub-tank, which I'll show you here briefly what that is. Momentarily, I should say. So until you get caught by that guy, you can blast him after you get busted. Pop that, then we ride this elevator up. Now, there's 2 ways to go about this. If you shoot this glass here, you can get inside and go in there that direction. I like to go all the way to the back. Come in through the back. Just right there. If you briefly saw that, is our first sub-tank. Okay, that thing down there in the bottom left corner is the sub-tank. We'll get a total of 4 of those in this game. And what you use that for is when we have full health like we do right now, if I get an energy pellet, that gets stored into that sub-tank. Okay, and at a certain point, it'll make a little noise saying that it's full. You can use that to replenish your health at any time in this game. There will be times where you can go back here and farm and get more energy, and we'll go from there. But I'm not going to be doing that just yet. Cool thing. Okay. Now here, I like to do some crazy tech where I just kind of jump past most of these Mavericks and go to the next platform. Most of these platforms are pretty empty. I'll move on here. Alright. Try jump. There we go. So we can just completely ignore that pool. Keep on moving. Another thing to be advised about with these platforms here, because right below us is death. If you happen to double tap your keypad or your joystick here, and if you happen to double tap that, it'll do the same thing as the regular dash attack. So you'll end up, dashing. See if I do that. See how I'm double tapping that? It will have you dash, so you'll end up skidding right off of those platforms. We definitely don't want to have that. But it has happened to me so many times. I got another one up there. You can get through that gas area there very easily when you use the flame emiss weapon. That, because they're flammable. But I like to shoot it occasionally with the X-Buster because it takes a little bit longer, but it does go the same way. Dash over here. I'll show you the technique again. So you go sliding down here, like this, and then you dash jump. Okay. My pellet shots, get through this. And this being our last secret of this stage is one of the most useless armor upgrades. This capsule contains an enhancement for your helmet, which will allow you to break some ceilings with the headbutt. Like, what is the practical use of this shit? Like, what do you really need this? Oh, what? Fuck, I don't own a nutcracker. Let me just bang my head into it. Outside of these bricks, there is absolutely no use for this in this game. You will have other bricks and stuff like that in this game that'll do that. And personally, I think it makes this helmet look shittier. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, all gripes aside, we have our third piece of armor equipment. We have one more to collect yet. Skip over here, on up, go up top, jump over these fools, take a little bit of intentional damage. Oh, you didn't pop up. What an asshole. There's some more intentional damage. Okay. Now, this last section isn't too bad. All we gotta do is go through these rickety looking platforms here, which will drop. And then we got some laser cannons here that we can jump over, ignore. And then we're going to come in the back way. And land on this platform. And this, folks, is Storm Eagle. A lot of speedrunners have issues with him simply because he used the dive bomb attack a lot. Now you're seeing I'm using the X-Buster even though I mentioned that he does have weakness. Look at how much I've chunked down his health already. But look at these dive bombs. Okay, I got lucky and he only did one there. But you can definitely hack him down. Once you have the dash boots, you get real lucky with this. So once you have the dash boots, you can just sit here and just pellet him and dash into him. And you do an excessive amount of damage anyway. Wow, 3 one-shotters. That's crazy. I've never seen this kind of RNG on. Okay. And pow. I didn't even need to use his weakness. I've never seen him dive bomb just one time and then stop diving. So that's pretty cool. But he did it 3 times there. So, that was pretty cool. And then we get the most OP weapon in this game, which is Storm Tornado. There's a hue of magenta like pink. Moving on. Okay, so there's a couple of avenues to go here. It really depends on how fun you want to get with it. I like to get the last piece of armor that I need, which is located here in Flame Mana stage. But there's a couple different ways you can go. We have multiple different weaknesses now. Storm Tornado happens to be Flame Mana's weakness, so we can go there next. Sting Chameleon we already used there, like we didn't need it for our buddy Storm Eagle, but I'll end up using it when we have refights here. I'll explain that more when we get there. And Chill Penguin, again, his Shotgun Ice is the weakness of our buddy Spark Mandrill down here. But we will go over here to Flame Mammoth stage and we'll execute what is the most difficult one for me personally, power up wise, to get. Now, one thing I will show you here instantly is normally this snow little accent here is not here. It's a nice little tip that they did. This is what happens when you beat other Mavericks first, and then you come into this area. This all here would be lava right now, but because we beat Shell Penguin before coming here, this whole area is frozen over, so we can easily traverse through. Otherwise we'd have to be on a conveyor belt for those broken down Mavericks in order to go through here. But now we've pretty much given ourselves the easy mode on that. Okay, so above me you see here are a bunch of blocks. This is where your helmet comes into play. Same thing with your boots that I showed in Sting Chameleon stage with those little rocks there around the heart tank. They come into play there. Now, this is a complete headache for me, so if I get this in my first shot, I'll be amazed. I'm going to come to the edge of the platform, dash jump, and try to land, climb, and clip that top part there. This is always a headache for me. I will spend minutes at a time trying to get this. See, it is just a complete fucking headache. Almost had it there. Some people will forego to just, you know, not even bother to get this power up simply because of this stupid shit. But I am one that is fairly persistent. Because I do like the ability to kind of speed run the game from this point forward. Damn it. Alright. I do a little bit better when I hold my charge here. And I know what you're saying to yourself, like, wow, this really makes the LP get a little boring. And it does make it a little bit more of a headache. Oh, I grabbed it up there. Okay. Did you? Caught it again, but then end up hitting the jump button just wrong. Okay. But you move just right, and you can clip that up there. And yes, it is possible to fix, so you just gotta be patient. But if anybody does know a little bit of a shortcut or easy way to make this a little bit less nonsensical for me, please share it down in the comment section. Fuck me. Alright, we're gonna dash back down here in a minute. There are two other things to get here, as there is a heart tank and a sub tank in this area, so we just dash along the bottom here, and we can get this heart tank. Now, in order to get it, because of the lava later on, I find it a lot easier to get it with Boomer Coinger's weapon, the Boomerang Cutter. So you can come back after you beat him. But also in this same exact area, we get through these guys here. Pitchfork assholes. Or pickaxe, I should say, not pitchfork. Here, and then we dash over here, and we have similar blocks, so we're going to kick them with our boots. Okay, watch this, we're going to use our helmet, bam. And now, we have our second sub-tank. So we gained a little extra health, we have our second sub-tank, we got 4 lives. Now we're going to try to execute the problem that we couldn't do here. Damn it. Now, it's not necessary to get this power up, but it does make the game a bit easier. I like to get it because I like to get all the armor. But technically you can 100% this, to my knowledge anyway, without this. And that can be explained later on. Balls. My apologies, folks. I will make a few more attempts, then if I can't get it, I'll just come back and we'll do a revisit. Because the benefits of revisits is you can always come back to get shit you missed before, but more importantly, you can exit the stage. Damn it. I've never really had this much trouble. Normally I'll get up there, knock some of the blocks down, and then end up screwing up my ascent. Alright. Fuck me. Well, persistent as I may be, I'm not going to bother with it. So let's dash on here. We'll come back. Come on, fool. Gonna get clipped by one of the pickaxe guys up here. Yep. Got lucky with that one. Alright. Now, it's not death if you get hit by that, but it does do a decent bit of damage. But again, you can dash underneath most of the platforms next to our ship penguin. And here we are, Flame Mammoth. Now, a couple ways of going about it. Again, you can use the X Buster here, which is my primary choosing of weapons. One of the things you want to keep in mind is whenever you see him jump up like that, it's a good time to jump up as well, because as soon as he comes down, he's going to get to jump up at me. Come on, jump. That happens, and you get stunned briefly. You don't take any damage from it, but you do get stunned. So we'll cycle through our weapons here real quick. Storm Tornado is his weakness. As you can see, he takes a chunk of damage from it. But again, it's not necessary. I don't really need to use it. I beat him with the X Buster. Come on, buddy. Come on over here. That's good. There's also another little cool tidbit, which I'll show you in the refights when we get there. If I use a different weapon from a different Maverick, he takes a different type of approach. Goodbye. Now, I make it look semi-easy, but it's really not that difficult once you get certain techniques down in this game. And just like that, we're done with 4 Mavericks. We're done with halfway through our hunt of vengeance. I say vengeance, I should have said justice there. My fault. This weapon's okay. It's not really that necessary. As my controller says, it's dying. Alright, so now we're halfway through. A couple different places to go as well here. I think what we're going to do, though, is backtrack to Chopin stage. And now that we have the Fire Wave weapon, I'm going to go ahead and use that to get the heart tank. Now you can do revisits at any time, but for the sake of showing you this LP and to get the heart tank now, go back and do that. Now, there is occasions that you can shoot these bats and they will not just drop large pellets, but they can drop 1-ups. Armored Armadillo stage is the best place to farm 1-ups though, and I'll explain that when we get there. Probably shot too early there. Now we're going to just take that. Now, there's things called iframes, or invincibility frames. As you see, I got hit and I stay invincible for a little bit. That allows me to go through this a lot faster. Take advantage of those invincibility frames. I'm telling you right now, they are not necessarily a necessity, but they are a godsend at times. They can really buy you some time. Alright, so we get our fire wave out. Pop that. And there's our heart tank. Hit this other one just for funsies. And you see that blue and red pellet there recovered some of my weapon energy. But now we're done with this stage and we've beaten it. We can escape at any time. Alright, here we go. On to Spark Mandrill's level. Another cool thing that happens, like I said, there in some stages, depending on when you beat them, some cool things happen. Little fun fact: this right here, that you see, this little debris, this is Storm Eagle's plane. It came and crashed into this facility here. So if you don't beat Storm Eagle first, this doesn't happen, and then there will be little energy sparks here on the bottom of the platforms as well. But we disrupt that by crashing him down, which will have a little bit of an effect here in a little bit. I'll show you. If we go down here, as you can see, there's a lighting effect. That's all part of us crashing into the stage with Storm Eagle's level there. We go all the way over here. There's an energy tank. We can't quite access that yet because we need the boomerang coin or weapon known as the boomerang cutter. But we can come back once we have that. So we're almost deemed to revisit there. But we'll go ahead and climb this ladder. In case you're curious, I'm just tapping it with my one finger. You can do that with any of the buttons. I prefer to do it with R1, so I get that rapid fire attack. So it's not like any cheater controllers or anything like that, like a turbo controller from back in the day. It's just me doing rapid fire. So now we got this ass hat that likes to fly across the screen and create havoc for us. You gotta be very careful on where you jump, because he decides to fly in the most inconvenient places. Like right here, if you don't blast him just right, you're gonna end up slapping into you and you may fall to your death. But thankfully we avoided that problem. Go down this ladder here. And we fight another mini boss. We're gonna hit it with a charge shot, and then I'm gonna hit it with some techniques. We want to dash to get out of that. We're going to use Storm Tornado here, as that will do more damage. That will make faster work of this guy. You definitely don't want to let him hit you too much. He does do considerable amounts of damage. The little bubbles that he puts out, as you can see, trap you where you're at. Definitely want to avoid that. Storm Tornado just makes quick work of him. Get a little energy pellet there. Platforming here, and then we'll come across our next hard tank. Dash through this section, taking a few intentional hits to make it go a little bit faster. These guys here with the wheels tend to start malfunctioning if you just tap them with a blast. It can make them stop moving forward altogether. See? And he just kind of keeps spazzing out for a hot minute. Just finish him off with there. Nobody deserves that kind of existence. These guys shoot missiles at the top. They can be a headache. There's another way to get through them pretty easily. I'll show you here in a moment when we encounter it again. But up here is your hard tank. A couple ways of getting this up here. You can use Shotgun Ice as a powered up ability known as the ice sled. You can do that mid-air. It's really hard to pull that off. You can also use Boomerang Cutter from Boomerang Coiner. That's one of the fairly easy ways to get it. Or if you dash just right and jump. Which I'm not doing here. There we go. Got it. Man, I am just sloppy tonight. Give me 1 second. We can do it. Oh, goodness. Okay. I am being sloppy tonight here with this. There we go. Dash up here. You can catch this ledge by dash jumping. Had it there. It's just all about me pulling it off. Ah, piss. Messing it up. All part of the fun. There we go. And see? You can dash jump up there. It's a lot easier than what I made it look like. I promise you that. But, you know, being uncoordinated sometimes does not help. Okay, so anyway, these fools take a little bit of damage to kill. You use Storm Tornado and you can beefcake them. Completely just hacks a one hit. And that, honestly, is a lot easier. You can use this Storm Tornado to pretty much breeze through this stage as well. Although, it doesn't make that full any easier. So I just stick with the X-Buster going through here for most of this. Legs here is going to get taken out. If I can shoot him. Okay, so we're going to time this jump here. This guy comes back up there. There we go, cool. See what I mean? Fool comes out at the most inconvenient times. Now this section sucks, so I use my Storm Tornado to try to get this fool. There we go. So with our buddy here, Spark Mandrill, I do use his weakness a lot, just to get through here. You can blast him. Let's show you that part there. I'll show you what he does when you just kind of shoot him normally. He's going to do one of two things here. Okay, there he goes climbing. So we can blast him quick up here. He falls down. So I'm going to pause. Bring up a shotgun knife. Now he freezes. Now we can stun lock him. Watch his health bar just melt. But you can completely stun lock him. There comes his Mike Tyson impression. He tries to dash to punch us in the face. And he's gone. That's called Spark Mandrill syndrome, where you just kind of get stun blocked. You're like, can't fight back, But he takes it like a champ. But he definitely gives Chill Penguin a run for his money for easiest Maverick in this game. And that's our Electric Spark. And that will be for our next Maverick that we face. Armored Armadillo. Now, briefly, I'm going to show you a couple things here. Very easy thing to do here is to ride the trolley. See if I can pull off this cool technique I always do. Ride the trolley down. And right as we get to about here, we dash through there. Normally you can go through that whole section there and not really hit much. I get botched it a little bit. But we can backtrack a little bit here. And I'm going to show you something really cool. Not this bat. Not this one. Not this one. But this one, right here, is from Mega Man 7, and I think some of the other Mega Man games, but I remember them primarily from my childhood in Mega Man 7. What we can do here is spam this guy. Let's see if we can get him to spawn one. Come on. There it is. You can spam and farm him for 1-ups. So we're going to see if we can get him to do it again. Bam. And see, now we have 6 lives. And you can do that constantly until you have the maximum number of lives the game allows you, which is 9. But, just a little tidbit. A little snippet of a secret there you can have. In this level, we do have technically a Dr. Light capsule, but we can't really access it, and I'll explain that why after we get to the point of getting the charge, or getting our last armor piece. But there is a hard tank, and there is a sub-tank in this level. Both of which are fairly easy to obtain. Now this here, you don't need to do it as risky as I do it, but you want to jump down here, and to the left of that guy is our third sub-tank. Now, we're going to kill this guy relatively quickly here, using the fire. Just gotta stay on top of him. And it's not necessary really at all at that point to kill him. It does allow you to get up here using your helmet to get these 2 capsules to put in your tank. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and dash through here. Be very careful about the spikes. One thing about Mega Man games is spikes are instant death. You do not want to eat death in the face. Took that pellet for no reason. Okay. Again, some intentional hits here. Just kind of speed through this. Ooh, we skirted with death there. Now, a spike on the side of that trolley will only just damage you. It won't kill you like those spikes would have. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and jump. Okay, now here is our next section that we really have to pay attention to. Get out our fire. We're going to dash behind this guy and keep on him so we can kill him. Because if you don't kill him, what ends up happening is we get over here to this section, and he'll sit there using his little like mining equipment there to completely make this platform short. So it'll stop right about here, and you won't be able to jump up here at all. So if you don't kill him, you won't be able to get this hard tank without the boomerang cutter. And seeing as we don't have that, let's make sure it'll work with this guy. Storm Tornado does damage to him too, but I think it's very difficult to have Storm Tornado kill him quick enough. So I just like to try to avoid that altogether. Now we're on our flash trolley ride here. What you want to do is make sure you kill these fools, as many of these fools as you can. And up here, if I can dash up here briefly, it's a little bit harder to do from this spot, but up here is going to be one of our last Dr. Light capsules. But there's a little bit of a technique to go through in order to get that first. Just get at, like I said, we'll cover that when we get there. But here we are. We are now at Armored Armadillo. Now I'm going to show you a couple things about him real quick. He's got this annoying spin to him, which he'll immediately jump into. It's fairly easy to dash and avoid, but if you shoot a charge shot at him, he does that. He'll release the charge shot. Now, with good timing, you can end up just busting him anyway. And he blocks most of your pellet shots, so it's a little bit harder to take him on. But I will show you something really cool here once he's done dashing. Switch weapons. Switch to Bart Mandrill's weapon. Bam! He loses his armor, and now he becomes vulnerable to every attack you have. But his weakness is the spark, so we can pop him a few times with the spark. But now he'll be weak to everything else, and we can shoot him while he's spinning around like a damn fool. And just completely body him this way. Once he loses his armor, he's no match for us at all, not even remotely. Okay, one more charge blast should take him out. Nope, oh, I stand corrected. Bye, sucker. And again, I make these guys look like quick, easy work, and for the most part, I'd say they are. But, you know, a little bit of practice, a little bit of time, and you plow through all these mavericks anyway. Get the rolling shield. It's an interesting looking weapon. I'll show you briefly what it does here very shortly. There's two things we can do here now. We can go on and take on Launch Octopus stage, which is in our weakness order. He's weak to the rolling shield that we just got from our Armadillo. We're going to take on Boomerang Pointer. Either way, you can go through either stage and go about business. Doesn't really matter. What I am going to do is go back and try to get this final Dr. Light capsule. We may have to make another journey here, folks. Either way, it's a bit of a headache. So we'll see if we can make it less of a headache here. See if we can avoid the advil, so to speak. Alright. So go right over here. I really appreciate it in the times I get this on first try. I really do. I envy those times now. Again, it's not completely necessary to have this to 100%, but I do like trying to get it. Fuck me. Up, caught the ledge and then it fucked it up. Damn it. Caught it again, messed it up. So what I tend to do is I go to dash at this ledge a lot of times, and I get it, and then when I release the X button, which is my jump button by default, I tend to drop straight down, so I don't jump on it like I need to. So that's why you'll see a brief moment where it looks like X here grabs onto the ledge, and then all of a sudden his arms just kind of flail out the top there above his head. That's because I kind of screw up the dash. Damn it. A lot of times that's why you see me do the charge, because that's what I'm most familiar with, is charging while I jump, dash and jump. Well, alright. Apologies, folks, but that is uber frustrating. I can't believe I didn't get that. Anyway, moving on. We're going to go ahead and go to Launch Octopus last. Like I said, I go through a weird order when I play. I will say this now, in my personal opinion, Boomer Kwanger is a lot easier. A, with our last power up that we get for our armor, and B, when you have his weakness, which is gained from our buddy Launch Octopus. But either way, I don't like to make everything simple. That would make life less fun. I like the challenge at times. So we should go through here. Take a few hits, just what we do. Switching weapons to our tornado. So we can body these guys pretty quickly. Goodbye. Again, we could take intentional damage and just kind of breeze through here, but I prefer not to do that. Alright, so Rolling Shield looks like this. Kind of just bounces around. It's an alright weapon. It's not really one I prefer to use that often. But anyway, if we get on this elevator and there's spikes all over the place, you're like, oh Jesus Christ. Yep, all these spikes are one-hit kills. As you see there though, as I took that one hit, you can phase through the platforms and spikes with your invincibility frames or iframes, and you avoid that all completely. Now, there is a technique where you can wall jump off of these spikes, and then you say to yourself, okay, wait, wall jump off the spikes? Doesn't they kill you? I'm like, yes, they can. However, there's a way to take damage, and there's a glitch in this game to where you can kind of wall jump, slide off the spikes. And if you're curious on what I actually mean by that, go ahead and look up some other videos here on YouTube. I can't pull it off for the life of me, so I don't ever try to do it. But it is really cool to see. And it does help you get through the section slightly faster. So there's a way to do it. You react like you're taking damage, but you don't actually take damage from it. It's pretty gnarly. Watch that. A helpful technique when scaling these ladders here is to press up on your D-pad or joystick, depending on how you're doing about it, to snag the ladder. Shoot this fool and shoot that one. Man. Then botch it. Like I said, I am in no way, shape, or form a speedrunner in this game, but I do enjoy it. I have my faster techniques. Alright, in this level, there's a heart tank right there. You can use the ice sled from Shotgun Ice when you power that up, or you can use Boomer Kwainger's weapon to get that, which makes it considerably easier. I like the ice sled, but we don't have the ability to really show that off at the moment, so we're going to have to come back after Boomer Kwanger. Which means it's very aggressively annoying, because now we have to finish the entire stage practically again, because we are right near the end of this level in order to get that heart tank, which is okay. I mean, again, as you can see from all the fights I've had so far with the Mavericks, I'm not exactly hurting for resistance when it comes to health. So, we can just deal with what we got. Not a big deal. I jumped into that pellet like a doofus. Okay. Now we're going to scale this wall, taking some intentional damage to get through this. Jump up here. And we are in the boss room with Boomer Kwanger. Fun fact, for the PSP version of this game, which was remade more or less, called Maverick Hunter X, he's renamed Boomer Wang Kwanger. Don't ask why. Okay, so this prick is fast. You do not want this asshole touching you. He grabs you and he will throw your ass into the ceiling, doing considerable amounts of damage. But as long as you keep moving, he's not that much of a critical threat. Fully charged blast will do a decent bit of damage to him. But then he does doing this fucking shit. This annoying prick move here of teleporting. He just spams the piss out of it. And he will just do it constantly. And I've seen a lot of people in the speedrunning community lose runs to this fool just because of that. So you want to try to body him as quickly as possible. As you can see, I'm not having a critical amount of trouble, but right there was his boomerang catch technique. Alright. Come on, boy. There we go. But if he gets close range to you like that, he will grab you and launch you in the ceiling. And if you don't have the half damage armor and the helmet, you're going to be taking a considerable amount of damage from him. But I still made decent fast work out of him. Lasted like 30 seconds of teleportation. I get a boomerang cutter. And now you can probably see the convenience of why that's such a useful item. Get a save. And we're going to make another revisit stop. Back to the Sparking Angel stage. Now, I don't have to go about it in this order to go back to the revisits and everything. I choose to do it this way because it's one of those things where it's a spare of the moment, you know, it doesn't slip your mind kind of thing. So once you get the power up, you know, move on, get what you can with the power up, and then come back to where you were. So, right here. As you can see, the boomerangs shoot upward when you're down here like this. And as you see, my meter goes down when I use the item, but it goes right back up once the boomerangs return to me. And you're like, well shit, how did you say that we can use boomerang Kwanger weapon to get to that? Well, it's quite simple actually. So you jump up, press down, bam. And that's how you get that last sub-tank. So now we have all 4 of our sub-tanks. Just need to fill them up. And as you can see, we only have 1 Maverick left to fight, so 1 spot left. Let's equip that too. Now, let's go do a quick review on our lines here. We got Chill Penguin's Heart Tank. We got the Heart Tank from playing Mouse stage. We need to come back to Boomerang Kwangers and get his. After we beat Launch Octopus, we can come back and get the one from Snake Chameleon stage. We already got the Heart Tank from here. I did some crazy little jump in for you. And Storm Eagle stage, we got that Heart Tank very quickly when you were listening to the music and jumped off the side of that platform. Armored Armadillo stage, we made sure we killed the digger, the mining equipment digger, before he got to that point to get it. And here, the Heart Tank's a little bit more convoluted to find. This is Launch Octopus. Not a bad stage altogether. I don't prefer it, honestly. I find this stage to be infinitely aggravating. I like to do it before last a lot of times, but I figured for the sake of the order of, you know, just having some fun here with this, I do it in the way I did it. Ooh, good thing we took some damage there. Now, as you see, even though I landed on the spikes, because I took some damage, I avoided death there. Okay, now this guy here, I'm gonna dash into him to get those pellets. Very easy part of the fight here. Just, I like to spam the Thorn Tornado. You can use Electric Spark also on him. makes fairly quick work of it. I do Storm Tornado because I find it a little bit easier. But we're going to have a little bit more of a complication here in a moment. Let's get past these sucking fishes. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now this section sucks. We're going to take out a spotlight. Ooh! And there's the insta-kill from the spikes. Fortunately, spawn right back here. And there's semi-boss fight kind of feel. Okay, pop up, hit that. Switch to Spark Banjo's weapon. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna just jump on this side and take some intentional hits here. That's why we just spam Spark Banjo's weapon. Makes it go a lot faster. Okay, as you can see, these little jets here, they provide assistance to get up higher. We're going to need that right about here, I believe. Yep. And we want to jump on this ship. You say, well, can you avoid this altogether? I'm like, yeah, essentially you could. But we don't want to avoid it. Take some damage we need to take. Alright, so let's get our Storm Tornado out, pop it. Now you want to avoid these missiles going down. But it leads us down here. And unless there's no context in the game to really tell you that, but you come down here, and then you come across another little mini-boss. His weaknesses are his head and his tail. And you want to be very careful about how you do this, because you do not want to fall into the spikes below. Again, you could also Storm Tornado this fella. I'm going to show you both techniques here. One too far on his head there. Back up a little bit. There we go. And then we want to try to get as far. Oh shit! I messed it up. I was going to say we want to get as far right as possible there. But as you can see, we can take him out with that. Oh, we're going to do this entire thing again. Crap. Oh god, not good. Okay. So take that hit. I'll be able to do it this way. Yeah, I'll be able to do it that way. Shit. Okay. Gonna make things a little bit more complicated on myself here. Okay, there we go. Spoke out. Okay. Sorry folks, we can still do this. Just gotta be very careful. We're gonna blow one of these just for safety's sake. Down here and press X. Blast it, and switch over to Tornado. Actually, let's use it for fire. Wait. Okay. So we're gonna be very careful about this time. Jump up on this fool, and we Storm Tornado. Bam. That's it. One Storm Tornado right to the face, and just sit there with it. Takes him out. And we go over this way, and we get our heart. Normally, it's pretty easy. I don't make it look as careless as I did there. No worries, we got through it, didn't we? Alright. Move on to this section, and then we have the main boss fight with this guy. Pops his head out. Tornado him. And And he's done. Okay. Moving right along. We get these sucker fish here. They don't actually do any damage personally when they suck you in. They just kind of hold you in their bellies. You just gotta shoot your way out. Alright, now to launch octopus. A semi-annoying maverick with a bit of confidence, as in you are going down. Okay. That right there, if he catches you and uses a little tornado, which I'll show you what it does, he will start sapping your health. So you most certainly don't want him doing that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do some cool stuff here. We're going to hit him a couple times with a boomerang cutter, which is not his weakness. Get out of that. Okay. And that gets rid of his tentacles. So now he's going to be stuck in this unnecessary need to just keep shooting missiles. It'll prevent him from doing his little cyclone thing, and he'll also jump short of us. But we'll be able to peg him with the rolling shield, which is his weakness, more often. And we just spam the rolling shield and make a big board go. You run out of rolling shield, you're like, oh god, what do I do now? Now we just X-Buster him. Because his little torpedoes don't do squat in comparison, whoops, to your attacks. And he's just bodied. That's one of the techniques on why you go to Boomerang Quanger stage first before you fight him, because you can take off his tentacles with the boomerang cutter, and that makes him considerably easier. And now we get Horn Torpedo, which is Boomerang Quanger's weakness, but we're not too worried about that. Alright. Little cutscene here. Finally, we found Sigma's fortress. Let's go in and put an end to this war against the humans. And this is Big Bad Booty Daddy Sigma. We're not gonna go to his stage just yet. We do have two things we can do. Use the boomerang cutter to get the heart tank from here, and we can also go here, which will take considerably less time, and get our heart tank. Now, as you can see, there's slightly difference here in this stage now that we beat Launch Octopus. Oh, okay, cool, you know, look at dude, he's got water. But that goes back to what I was telling you earlier. This right here gives us the buoyancy that we need to cross over. So we're going to go to this platform, dash jump, bam. Make it with little to no problems. Off we go. Alright. One last heart tank to get. I really do adore a lot of the music in the game. It definitely has some pretty good scores. Switch to tornado. You can also use this to get through them fairly easy. I prefer tornado because it's a little bit faster, but the heat wave does the same thing. We'll just keep that equipped. Be a brief playthrough of what the homing torpedo does. It's a decent weapon. I mean, it's not one you'll see me use too often, but it does work. It's pretty cool. Homes in on any enemy that's actually on the screen. Usually the closest one. As you can see, some of them it takes a few hits to take out with it. But anyway, moving on. Get our boomerang cutter here. Back up a little bit. And bam. Got all the heart tanks in the game. So we got all 8 heart tanks, all 4 sub tanks. And the only thing we're missing is that last piece of armor. Which again, we can get, but it's not completely that necessary for 100% completion. Now, with that thought, I'm going to end this first episode here, right here. After we beat all our 8 Mavericks, and then we're eventually going to get that Buster. Or get the last part there. But for tonight, I think we'll end the stream here. So thanks for watching. Stay toasty and frosty, friends, and it's Mojo out. I will see you next episode. Take it easy.